Hey ya folks, how's it going? My name's Lexi and I really love tabletop games. So much so that we sit down together once a week, every week, and we review one here at the gaming table. I try to keep these videos short, under 10 minutes, so we can both find our next game. If that sounds interesting to you, I encourage you to press subscribe and keep watching today's video. If you would like to go the extra mile for the gaming table, you can follow the link in my description box to my Ko-Fi page to donate to the channel. All donations go straight back into the running costs of the channel, so it is very appreciated. Today we are taking a look at a game that was sent to me. I'm always deeply grateful when people reach out to me to ask if I would review a game they've made. Not only do I feel so special and privileged that I'm trusted to review their game, but it often gives me the chance to review a game I might not have otherwise. Today I am taking a look at a game from Tanya Floker. I've reviewed a couple of their games before, and I'm really excited to get into this one as well. If you've made a game and you would like to see it on the gaming table, feel free to reach out to me using the email address in my description box. I do have a bit of a delay at the moment in between receiving a game and getting a review out. I have a bit of a pile to review, but I would at least love to chat and see if it's possible. So today we are taking a look at Solstice from Tanya Floker. Solstice takes place in a rural Scottish town. Every so often they have a big get-together and they burn someone alive on a big bonfire. This is suggested to be a tradition or a ritual from the past that is designed to help renew and bring new life to the community. I guess old human sacrificing habits die hard. Never mind though that the game takes place in the 1990s. They might have dial-up internet, but of course the renewal of the harvest isn't going to happen by itself. Players in this game take on roles in their community. These roles don't dictate what your character must be like. It's more so that they demonstrate how the community feels about your character. This, to me, helps build the world of the game and lets you know as soon as you start playing who's on your side and who's not. There were some roles that I really loved. One of them was the Laird's child. With that comes a bit of respect and expectations from the community. I found the role newcomer really amusing. The newcomer's family might have been there for generations, but it just so happens they arrived a bit later than everyone else, so they're still new. The last one I'll give a special mention to was the title of Doll Scum. That is where the community has a negative perception of this character because they receive government benefits. That attitude is pretty prevalent in Australia as well, unfortunately. In these small towns, status can mean everything, being on the in or being on the out. I think part of the character building being selecting how your character is viewed by those around them really helps demonstrate this claustrophobic atmosphere. One of the first things that you do when you are sitting down to play this game is you discuss what is going to potentially happen. This game has a lot of possibilities for dark events and themes to come about, so one of the first things the manual wants you to do is to discuss what is on the table and what's off limits. I think this is a really smart thing to do. This game doesn't have a game master, so I think establishing that atmosphere of communication and collaboration is going to be key for a successful game of Solstice. To play this game, you'll need this scene and some writing materials. As I mentioned before, one of the first things you do in character creation is select a background. There's the Laird's child, the local store, the screen inn, the doll scum, the prodigal student, and incomers. As I mentioned, this affects how your character is perceived by others. Then you need to decide what kind of scenes your character is going to be strong in and which ones they are going to be weak in. This affects how well they're going to do in these scenes and perhaps what are their weaknesses. You then can add some descriptions, be they of appearance or personality. You then assign some influence scores and vote scores. Influence is how well your character can affect others. The vote score is so your character can give their thoughts on who should be put in the big wicker man to be set on fire. Lastly, you create some memories, secrets, and hidden agendas for your characters. Some of these things, like memories, are going to be shared with other characters, and they could be pleasant, bittersweet, or cringeworthy. To play this game, you move through different scene prompts. During these scene prompts, your characters will gain or lose influence points based on how they interact with other characters, be they player characters or non-player characters. These prompts follow the days that lead up to the ritual sacrifice. And there's definitely some opportunities for some fascinating social interactions. Finally, the group gets together and they vote on who is going to be human sacrificed. If that is a member of the group, they then get control of how the story ends. The manual then provides some ways to debrief and discuss the game that has just been played. I think it's a wise decision to include a sort of debriefing stage to this game with such intense themes and scenes. This is a very unique game, from the concept to the play experience. I really enjoy the exploration of small town petty disputes and social interactions. The manual really evokes the sort of setting where one piece of gossip must be discussed for years on end. The mechanics make your social status a really important form of currency. I think this game is for people who are fans of folk horror. The setting and, of course, the human sacrifice are a big staple of the genre. The game is about fitting in and standing out, and what that can mean in a small town. If you're interested in role-playing around these themes, you'll of course love the game. I will admit, a game where one of the player characters could get human sacrificed by burning to death in a giant wicker man is probably not going to be for everyone, but I think that just demonstrates how unique and interesting the game is. You can get a digital copy of Solstice from itch.io for around $10 US. I really appreciate that there's also the option for community copies, so if you would like to check the game out but you don't have the cash to spare, there is an option for you to get a copy. I would encourage you, if you enjoyed the game, to show your appreciation to the creators, be it through purchasing a copy or leaving a positive review. Would you like to be sacrificed for the harvest? I would imagine that would mean you were pretty popular in town. What did you think of Solstice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. While you're there discussing the game, feel free to like this video and perhaps even share it with a friend who might find it interesting. If you would like to know when I'm next posting a review, you can subscribe and turn on notifications. Pretty much any and all interaction is really helpful to these videos. If you would like to go the extra mile for the gaming table, you can donate to my channel using the link to my Ko-Fi page in the description box below. If you have made a game and you'd like to see it on the gaming table, please feel free to reach out to me using the email address in my description box below. While I do have a bit of a stack waiting for me to review, I'm always keen to at least discuss what you've made. I'd like to thank Tanya Floker once again for sending me a copy of Solstice. And I want to thank you all for watching and discussing this game with me. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to seeing you next time at the gaming table. Bye!